Hey everybody, how's it going? I was initially planning to have the webcam for this video, but my schedule's been pretty intense. Or maybe not intense, but it's been progressively getting busier and busier as I grow up. Which, to be clear, does not mean I'm stopping the content creation. I've said many times on this channel that this is my dream job. This is what I would like to do for a living. I do consider it my career. However, I need to do one of these commentary style videos to, I guess, enlighten you guys on where my headspace is right now for the content on this channel. I've been a bit discouraged to talk about the things that I want to talk about on this channel, and today I'll basically be explaining all that. So, like I said, I was planning to do webcam, but it's late at night. The lighting in my room is terrible during the nighttime, so I'm just gonna have some commentary footage of Hollow Knight because that's the game we're going to be talking about for the most part. A lot of my viewers are here for the Hollow Knight content, and regardless of whether or not I consider myself a Hollow Knight channel or whatever, at the end of the day, it's my fault. When I played through Hollow Knight, I made so many, and I mean so many, videos on the game. But the thing is, during my playthrough of this game, I was making those videos because I wanted to. I wanted to share my thoughts on certain things about this game. However, as time went on, I naturally finished my playthrough of Hollow Knight, and since then, I basically haven't touched the game. And I feel like it's no secret to my viewers that I think you guys can probably tell that I don't really like to keep talking about this game. There's just not much to talk about regarding Hollow Knight right now. The problem is that the Hollow Knight community on at least on YouTube is extremely dedicated to this game, and me personally, I'm just not. The problem is there's this disconnect with a lot of my viewers where they basically only consume my channel for that one game, but that's never what I wanted my channel to be about. Because you gotta understand. Actually, let me just share my backlogged account, for example. So this is a website called Backlogged, and this website is basically where I show off all of the games that I'm currently working on playing, or all of the games that I've played in the past. So for my viewers who think that I'm like only a Hollow Knight guy, like I just want you to see how many games I've played in my life. Like this is all games that I've completed, and I mean like watched like the end credit scene of. So it all comes out to 146, and I've been on an uptick because 50 of those games were games I beat last year. So in other words, I've been playing so many new games recently. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that a lot of my viewers might just think that like I love Hollow Knight and it's my only favorite game or whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. When in reality, Hollow Knight is one game out of the 146 games I've completed so far. So that's why I feel like there's this disconnect between me and my viewers. And to be fully transparent, I am not, and I repeat, not blaming any one of you guys for this. This is completely my fault as a creator. I made so many Hollow Knight videos that I attracted an audience of people that really only care about me when I'm talking about that game. And yes, there's a lot of you guys that are amazing and will watch anything I put out just because it's me, and I love you guys for that. I love anybody who gives my videos the time of day, but I've been a bit stressed about this because I've really been thinking about the longevity of my channel. There's a lot of great content creators out there that focus only on Hollow Knight and maybe a couple other things. I've spoken to a lot of these guys, and actually a few of them have made videos similar to the one I'm making right now, where they show their frustration for the fact that any video they make that isn't about Hollow Knight just gets no views. And look, I know people are gonna say, but Wyvern, this happens in basically every community on YouTube. Like, if you try to build a Star Wars channel and then you start making videos on The Lord of the Rings, naturally you're gonna get less views. Which, yes, you're right, but for a lot of us creators, like, our dream is to be, I guess, personality based, like, I don't know, like Queso or Markiplier. Obviously, those are massive goalposts to put out there, but like that's like the dream channel because they can play any game and everyone's gonna love watching it because they're watching it for them. So basically, I'm gonna be trying to make my channel a bit more personality based, and how I'm gonna be doing that is I'm gonna be making similar content, basically identical content as the content I'm making right now, except I'm gonna be having a lot more clips where I show my webcam. That way you guys get to see and I guess relate more to me as a person, because that's just a lot more refreshing to me. And again, it's completely my fault. I made a ton of YouTube shorts on Hollow Knight, and then those videos, they keep getting views, and like every new subscriber that I get every day, it makes me feel like every single one is just not really a loyal subscriber because they're just there for my YouTube shorts on this indie bug game. Actually, that reminds me, I want to talk a bit about indie games in general. Guys, I love indie games, but I just feel like this online community of people that play indie games and really enjoy them, I just don't really relate to like the absolute obsession. I get that that's a thing in every gaming community, but like I really don't give a shit whether a game is indie or AAA. If it's an amazing game, I would be totally down to make videos on it. But if you've seen my recent content, it's basically literally all indie games, and the one Nintendo video I made did pretty terribly. So that's where this disconnect is. It's like, I don't only care about indie games. The problem is, that's the case for a lot of my viewers. They only care about indie games. And look, I think indie games, in a lot of ways, are the future of gaming. But there are thousands of fantastic AAA games that I just feel like people miss out on by, like, just only gravitating towards smaller indie titles. Now, I understand that for a lot of people, indie games are what they can afford because they're so cheap, but just browse on Steam and you'll see that there's a ton of AAA games from the mid-2000s and 2010s that are just as cheap, if not cheaper, than the average indie game. So indie games are not the only games that are a couple bucks. Anyway, so the last thing I want to talk about is what the response to this video is going to be like. So basically, I am predicting that a lot of the comments is going to be like, you do you, make the content that you want to make. Look guys, I really appreciate you trying to look out for me and make sure that I'm making the type of content I'm passionate about, but respectfully, you guys just simply don't speak for the majority of my audience. The majority of my audience is not going to care if I make something that I like. They're only going to care if I make a Hollow Knight video or an Undertale video. That's what they're going to care about. Here, let me just show you some examples. So let's just go through a ton of my recent videos and recent community posts, and we're going to count how many times the top comment mentions Hollow Knight, even if the video has nothing to do with Hollow Knight. So yeah, starting with my most recent video, the worst thing about every indie game. Now keep in mind this video does have Hollow Knight in it, but it's only one out of the 20 something games I talk about. So just watch this. Alright, let's go to the top comment. The worst thing about Silksong, the release date. Every other comment has less than half the amount of upvotes. Okay, now let's go to my second most recent video, Things Video Games Taught Me. Once again, a vague title that doesn't mention Hollow Knight. Let's see what the top comment is. Alright, top comment, Silksong taught me not to believe in things. My third most recent video is I Was Wrong About Blasphemous, which is an incredible game, you should check it out. Now the comment section here is not talking about Hollow Knight. Let's move on to some of my community posts. Okay, so I shared this post about this person on Twitter saying that they'll buy everyone who replies Tamagotchi Life 2 if it gets announced tomorrow, which it did. Then I said, so, about that. Okay, so this community post is about this tweet about Tamagotchi Life 2. The top comments are about Hollow Knight. I'm not doing this to shame my audience for talking about whatever they want to talk about in my comment section. I'm just trying to prove to you that most of my audience, they view this channel as a Hollow Knight channel. So what am I supposed to do at this point? I love talking about all things video games, but the majority of my viewers are only here for one of those video games. And yes, I'm frustrated about this, but I also recognize that this is nobody's fault. It's not my viewers' fault for only liking Hollow Knight. I mean, I think they should try other things, but that's out of my control. What is in my control, however, is giving my viewers what they want to watch. In other words, I might just commit to talking exclusively about indie games, more specifically, games like Hollow Knight and Undertale. Do I want to do this for my channel? No. Do I need to do this for my channel? Maybe. Listen, I'm gonna love content creation no matter what, but only talking about Hollow Knight is just not, like, passionate to me. However, at the same time, I do enjoy giving people the content that they want to watch. So if that's what you guys want, I will do that. I don't want it to sound like I'm gonna be absolutely miserable doing that. At the end of the day, I want to save up as much money as possible to buy a house in a few years. So if these are the videos that do well, please don't feel bad for me being forced to make them. Yes, content creation is a hobby, but also I really want to keep saving my money and I want to be a homeowner in my early 20s. So if this is what my viewers want me to make, I'll do it. So once again, I appreciate everybody who says, oh, just make the content that you enjoy making the most. But listen, with the utmost respect, most content creators I've talked to don't really view that feedback as valuable, because while people might say that to us nicely in the comment section, the analytics don't lie, and it's clear that if we talk about other games, viewers will just choose not to watch. And once again, that's entirely my fault. So yeah, if you guys have any interesting things to add to the conversation, I'll be happy to reply in the comments. That was my 20-minute long rant. This video isn't 20 minutes long, but in the raw recording, it's past 20 minutes. Well, the next video is going to be about Undertale, and that video is actually something I'm very passionate about. And after that, I might rank all of the bosses in Hollow Knight. I did that a few years ago, so it's fine to do an update. I'm sure my viewers will enjoy that one. That's it for me, guys. Hopefully, I've explained my situation to the best of my ability. I needed to make this video to get this whole thing off my chest. I'll see what kind of reaction this video gets, and yeah, that's about it. Hopefully, I will see you again soon. See you guys.